Okay, let's call this meeting of the BZA to order. Please stand. Join me in saying pledge allegiance to the United States.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Tammy, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Erickson?
Here.
Mr. Hauser?
Here.
Mr. Wagner?
Here.
Mr. Mallinger?
Here. Determination of quorum. We did. Great. Tammy sent out the minutes from August 20th. Hope you had a chance to look at them. Entertain a motion to accept them.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second it.
Any questions, comments? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They pass. Audience participation. Jennifer, you got anything going on? All good? Okay. Old business table notice. We have a preliminary hearing for which the petitioner is not here. Do you know anything, Mike, about?
Nope, haven't talked to her since we got the submittal, and we specified you have to be here for the meetings.
Okay.
I don't know. Didn't hear anything.
So our options are, we could continue it the next time. I mean, can we review it without their presence? Doesn't seem fair.
I
I think,
don't know, I mean,
I think they'd have to present it, right?
Yeah.
well, I think so. I mean, I could present it, but that doesn't make any sense. Um,
Can you answer why they're afraid their dog's gonna get shot?
yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
They have, I can tell you, I'll just tell you a little bit about it. So, the property is, at 20 and the end of Wagner, 5 acres, a 4 acre piece of property. It used to be, in the Ellis family, and it was zoned, I do wanna talk about this, we can do this regardless. It was zoned, B2 PUD, it used to be zoned C something PUD years ago. And they purchased it, it's just a residence. They live in Illinois and come back and forth. They've got 2 pit bulls that are friendly but don't like other dogs. And they wanted to fence the whole thing in. And there's a sketch attached I got from the fence company. The blue line, you have the colored version, was drawn by the fence guy. I drew the red line with the arrows on it. I said, that's where you can fence for code. So she wants to fence the whole 5 acres. And my first comment was, why would you want your dogs that close to the road?
Keep the cows in.
Part of the issue is there's coyotes and deer that come through. They want to keep coyotes out, okay. But even if you fence where you're allowed to, it's quite a large area. And I said, if you want to fence any further, you got to do a variance, and they want to apply for the variance, so they did. But
Why was the fence guy, his
his was
opinion
wrong.
different than?
Yeah,
Why was it different than what she wants?
I don't know.
Okay.
I asked her that. I said, this is the sketch he gave me. And she said, well, I really want the whole thing fenced. And I said, well, this is what triggered the variance. I said, I looked at his sketch, I made the line, and I said, you can't go past that red line. And then she contacted me and said she wanted to do a variance, but it's you know, even if you fence where you can by code, it's pretty big. And there's woods on sort of surrounding the whole thing, so you'd have to be fencing around the woods.
There's a lot of coyotes.
I know.
Yeah.
But their dogs have gotten loose a few times and scared the bejeebers out of the neighbor's dog, so she wants to keep the dogs in, fine. The reasoning she put was protecting her dogs from coyotes, protecting the community from the dogs getting loose, get hit by cars, or her fear was if her dog got out and the neighbor got mad, they'd shoot it, so that's what it talks about. And if she's talking about a 4-foot chain link fence. So, kind of all I know about it, but I'm not sure why they're not here.
So tonight we don't decide if we accept it or not. Tonight we decide we're putting it to hearing.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. But
Could be the
like
traffic.
Henry said they're supposed to present that, so.
But we could vote against having a public hearing, right? Or do we have to?
No, you
You have to have a public hearing.
you could say they didn't show up for the meeting and just push it back to the next meeting and
Yeah.
do the presentation
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
That's probably proper.
Maybe a coyote.
Okay. So we could, for instance, have a motion that says, continue to the next meeting, and ask Mike Leary to tell the persons,
Yeah.
that if they don't show up, we won't schedule it for preliminary hearing.
Right, yeah, correct. That sounds perfect.
But I would need that motion.
I'd make said motion.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second.
Henry did it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No, we have no public hearing, we have no attorney here. Does anybody want to say anything from the board?
I had a question we were talking about earlier, Rob.
Yeah,
So the property on the old zoning map was shown C2 PUD-1. I don't know what that means. And then when it got redone in '03, it was changed to B2 PUD. So how did if there's no actual PUD, how were those done? How were they just called the PUD at that time? Do you remember?
Well, anybody who changes any of either the use or adds buildings, would have to come in and show a PUD
Yeah,
before but it's anticipated to be a PUD.
okay. Because the old 95, I think, is the one I pulled up, and I have some older ones, showed it as PUD in like just big area.
Right.
But I don't know where it came from, because it's not actually a PUD.
Mhm.
So now it's called, that's pinched down a lot, and it's B2 PUD for this property, and then north across the side, other
Both
side of
sides
the
of
street,
20.
there's 5 acres that somebody's owned for years that never been developed. So
Mhm.
those are both called PUD, but there's no PUD.
Yeah,
So that's just the
It just can't be
name.
changed without having a PUD approved.
Okay,
That's the meaning of that.
okay, because that was done a while ago.
Is that Oak Hill? No,
That was the
it's Wayne.
question that you were asking me.
but we don't have a record of why it was made,
Because
any,
at one time.
what the intent was. Do you know if the delineated area includes Leroy's?
No,
So this is west of Leroy's.
it's west of Leroy's, it's just this property and the one to the north of it across the street.
Huh,
It was a bigger area on the older map, and that got shrunk down considerably.
It's usually zoned with a PUD attached to it. If it's a sensitive piece of property, sensitive property, and anything within the zoning classification, in this case B2, some of which would be detrimental on the property. And the way in which some of like a fast food chain or something like that, without having some control over the way the site is developed, it could cause a serious traffic issue at that location. That's probably the reason why they connected PUD to the change on the site.
And originally, like I said, it was owned by Dave Ellis's mother, and he initially intended to move his business there,
the electric business?
and then he moved it elsewhere, and they sold the property, so basically it's just a house now.
Right.
So that's sort of the version of that, yeah. Why it has that zoning. But it's just being used as a residence.
But the impact on the development standards is
Nothing.
nothing.
The only difference between the business zoning and the residential is you could put an 8-foot fence in a business zoning, and they don't intend to do that.
Right.
But you still can't put it in the front yard, it's the same exact qualification, still needs a variance.
Right. Appreciate that explanation
Yeah,
to
I
you
wanted
both,
to make
thank
sure we
you.
went over that, since we're all
Good, we don't have to go through that next time.
here. Yeah,
Well, except maybe for John. Thank you.
okay.
Anything else?
As he-
I'd make a motion that we adjourn.